week number 3 is self-compassion break. And this piece I originally got from Dr. Kristen Neff and Dr. Christopher Germer, who are in the self-compassion field, and they're researchers, and they're wickedly cool humans, really compassionate, which is good because they teach self-compassion, mindful self-compassion. So here's the self-compassion break, and it's just so important. And I've used it, I so wish I wouldn't ever have to use it, but I have to use it because dorky things happen where things feel like a challenge, or it's hurtful, or it's hard. And that's the perfect time for us to practice the self-compassion break. And it goes like this. Think over you could think over just today, or you could think over the last month. And if you've had a moment, hopefully, it would be so great if you all go, no, I don't have any of those moments, but that doesn't normally happen. If you've had a moment where you go, man, that was really tough. That was hard for me. It was a moment of challenge. It was a moment of pain. It was a moment of suffering. It was a moment of difficulty. And what I was going to say was, boy, I would want all of us to just, if we have them, because we all have them, I would rather them be moments and not like, these big, huge spaces of time. And I know that as I'm talking, there's a very good chance that everybody's all across the board on that. So I want you to take and remember a time today or this week, whenever it is that you're watching this, and have an awareness, first of all, that goes, yeah, that was kind of tough. It could be something that happened to you from outside in, or it could be a choice or something that you made from, kind of inside out. Think about in terms of relationships, how you are with people, if there's anything difficult there, in terms of your work or projects, in terms of your body, in terms of money, in terms of your spiritual connection or meaning and purpose. And I want you to pick a thing that you go, that was a little bit tough. The self-compassion break is broken down into 3 pieces. The first thing is just to be able to have awareness. Dr. Neff says, where's the ouch? How does it hurt? How does it feel to be you when that thing is happening, or when you're remembering that? So the first piece of the self-compassion break is to really have a moment that you go, yeah, that was hard. And it's to simply be aware of it. The same way we are to other people. We can see when they're having tough times. So to do that for us, so we're not wallowing in self-pity. That was the whole piece of it. I just want to give you the self-compassion break, but trust yourself enough to go, I'm strong and I'm resilient, but sometimes things are hard. Sometimes. And that's the second step of this, or the second kind of piece of this, is to understand that this is common humanity. Sometimes things happen to me that I don't like because they're challenging or they're hurtful. It feels like suffering or pain. And the reason that it's okay for us to be aware of that is to have this idea like it is common humanity. It happens to everybody. Sometimes things kind of suck. It doesn't mean, again, that life always is hard, but it means it happens. So having this like, oh, you know what? It's common humanity. Sometimes somebody else is embarrassed or feels like a dork. Sometimes other people feel really mad at themselves or the humans that they love. Sometimes they're just sad like me. Sometimes everything. People aren't always having the same exact experience, but the emotional piece of hurting, everybody's had it. And then the third piece of mindful self-compassion, or this thing called the self-compassion break, after we kind of go, yeah, this was a tough time. And then at times, this happens to everybody having a difficult time. And then the third piece of it is just to be kind. It's to do that same gentle kindness to us that we kind of would somebody else that we care about and that we hold precious. And so the phrases are, May I be kind to myself, and may I give myself the compassion that I need. So let's do the self-compassion break. Can I have you put your hands on your heart? And I want you to think up a moment or an experience or a situation. And again, I first learned this from Kristen Neff. So bless she and Christopher Germer for their wonderful self-compassion work. Remember a time recently or long ago, if you need, that you go, that was hard. Let your eyes close. And just first step is to say, yeah, this is a moment of suffering. This was a moment of pain or suffering. And then the second phrase says, at times, suffering is a part of life for me and for everybody. It doesn't mean life is always suffering, but yeah, at times, suffering is a part of life for me and for everybody. And now perhaps the most important piece. Really let yourself hear you say silently, may I be kind to myself in this moment as I'm remembering the experience, or as perhaps you're still going through it. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion that I need. May I give myself the compassion that I need. Nice big inhale. And exhale it all the way out.